when it comes to the disc golf tour, there's a lot of secret sauce, a lot of secret information you guys might not know. One of the most important tips, if you guys listen, because you're going to want to hear this one, pull out the notepads, get ready. When you go on tour and you're trying to play this cutthroat level of disc golf that is the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and you see these guys like Ricky and AB, and they're on 3,000 milligrams of caffeine, you realize kind of quickly, you know what, if I want to score all those birdies, I too might need a little bit of that liquid focus. And you know, one of my favorite ways to do it, especially when I'm in Austin, Texas, or any area with a summer moon, is I wanna go to the moon. You know, just like that Kanye song from last Vlogmas. Yeah, we're back. Except for this time, we're getting the triple moon shaker. Don't forget to add 3 extra ounces of the moon milk just for a little bit of extra sweetness, and chef's kiss. You're welcome. Thanks for being here, you guys, and cheers to Vlogmas 2023. Yes, it is 2023 still. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm super happy to be back for Vlogmas 2023. That means 25 straight days of disc golf action, and this year we got a special twist for you guys. I'm stoked to be representing a new disc manufacturer straight out of Texas. I'm going to be one of the newest members of Team Lone Star Disc this season, and I can't wait to start learning some of this plastic and kind of show you guys the process as we play Vlogmas. I'll be learning the discs while we play these courses, so I think it'll be an extra layer of fun this season, and I just can't wait to get back. I appreciate everyone who watched Vlogmas the last 2 seasons and everyone who throughout the season has told me how much they appreciated the videos, and I've been watching the videos. So we're going to try to hit a lot of courses around Austin and maybe branch out from here and try to hit all the ones that we haven't hit yet, but you guys know where we have to start. We got to go where it all started disc golf wise for me, and that is Circle C. So let's get to it. Brand new bag, all new discs, got the new threads. I mean, Texas boy, Texas made discs straight out of the USA. The guys at Lone Star all week have made me feel so just so at home, and I really I'm just looking forward to working with them hand in hand and helping grow our brands together. I'm gonna go with my Mad Cat here off of T1. It's a 9-speed, 5 glide, 0-2 or those turn and fade numbers, so should be pretty straight at my arm speed. And we do have a pretty massive wind today, so it's gonna be extra fun trying to throw discs that I'm still not quite sure of the stability in these high winds. It's gonna test me today, but we're ready. Definitely held that little bit of turn I released it on, but stayed up in the air, fought against that head crosswind, and that's a birdie range. Not as far as I'd like, but we're still figuring it out. All right, short approach, maybe somewhere around $180, 200. I'm gonna take my blue bonnet. This is in the Victor 1 plastic, which is slightly softer than the Victor 2. And I found that this one's a little more overstable than the Victor 2 blue bonnet. So I'll probably need a little bit of turn out of the hand here to get it to fly dead straight. Well, a little bit of a misfire, but we got a Circle 2 look. Framed up C2 look. We got the piss bottle flag showing us the wind direction. Great touch out here at Circle C, you guys. Thanks for leaving that. Ooh. Gotta want it. All right, taking par here on 1. I always like to birdie this one, but learning the new discs, and I will be putting, at the moment at least, with the Victor 2 blue bonnets. Nice and stiff. I like the feel. Perfect height for me. Really enjoying these. From the long box at only 215 feet with a sharp dog leg for the last third of the flight, off to the right, this one almost forces the forehand. And the Chupacabra is one of the most, if not the most overstable 9 speeds on the market. Check it out. Go in. Oh, That thing just skipped straight sideways. If I got any pop-up, them chains are gonna be scared. And you know, in the spirit of Christmas, this Vlogmas is gonna be packed with giveaways starting here today on day 1. So watch to the end to see how to enter. There's gonna be 6 total starting on day 1 and then every 5th day throughout Vlogmas. I mean, obviously you're gonna wanna watch every day of Vlogmas because this content is gonna be straight gold, but you know, if you're crunched for time, I understand if you just wanna watch those 6 days with the giveaways, figure out how to win. I think that's a good use of your time, so you pick your poison. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have gone Chupacabra. I should have gone with the walker, play less skip, but you know, I was looking for an ace, so that's a risk you're willing to take. All right, framed up here. Slow start, par for me, you know, it's a course I've played so many times that when I don't birdie one, I'm usually a little upset. But I'll give myself a little bit of leeway, maybe for day 1 of Vlogmas. After this, I better know these discs. 1 throw each, that's all you need to learn a disc, right? Where hole 2 forces you to finish to the right at the end of your flight, hole 3 forces you to start it right at the beginning and then kind of stable out and slide up to the basket. I really like a putter on some anhyzer release here. Key is just to get it to the ground, use that dry Texas dirt and slide on up for a look. Penny putter has really been a disc that I've been falling in love with. Very dependable, straight flyer, super comfortable in the hand. Kind of matches whatever angle you'll put it on. Almost Randy Johnson, that bird. I got a crazy person's window here, but we're not here to lay up. We're here to entertain. We're here to figure out how these new discs fly. And we're here to give ourselves tester putts. Test our skills. Whew, rocky start, and you know, Circle C of any course can do it to you, if you know what I mean. A lot of rocks out here, that's what I was talking about. 1 up through 3, that's one of my worst starts in a while, so we're gonna have to not hit the panic button. I'm gonna trust the game, stay patient, I'm gonna chip away. Watch your head here. Hole 4 is dead straight as the arrow flies, only 188 feet, but you really have to pick a side of these 2 middle trees. I typically like the left side and kind of run it straight at the basket. Gonna go penny putter, try to hit it nice and flat. Let the disc do the work. That was solid. First birdie out, let's get it. Circle C knows how to make you work on the putting greens, that's for sure. Oh, there we go. Player B at least woke up. Birdie list through 4, that's a rare occurrence for me here. Maybe there'll be a second appearance of Circle C later in the vlog, just when I know my disc a little better. Maybe we'll bring that doubles action, family style, back to you guys. I know that was fun last time. I mean, reigning champs, me and Shay. Shot called that eagle on hole 12. I mean, legendary moments. We're gonna defend that title. Hole 5 is the first of 2 par 5s on this track. Really one of my favorite holes. Plays a little over 800 feet with a sharp dog leg about midway down. One tree here in the center you can see in the sunshine really shapes this first shot. You got to push it past that on the right side, look to land gentle, and then the second shot, you can decide whether you want to take a small chip or maybe risk going for the big eagle. I'm thinking this is another good Mad Cat hole. Just check out that artwork. You don't want to make the cat mad, trust me. Not really sure what the wind direction is right now, so thanks, Texas. Oh. Centered up. I know that at least. All right, missing low into the headwind's never really a bad thing as long as you get some progress, so keeps you in the fairway. I'm gonna take my Seguin, try to skip this thing way around the corner. Oh yeah, true beef. Awkward little straight skip off a rock, but that's Circle C for you. Probably only upper 200s from here, maybe even like 265. I'm gonna go with that Chupacabra, put it on some flex, let that overstability fight out. Oh yeah, big pop. Oh, denied by the erosion control. Could have maybe jumped up onto the top shelf for an easy putt, but we're gonna have to earn this birdie. All right, flip plays, Vlogmas rules. And any casual disc golf rules, really. Strong tailwind, make sure to get this putt up. It's almost like I knew it was gonna happen. Get it up, come on. Hole 6, a hole out of many of you guys' nightmares, sometimes mine too. Sharp dog leg left, opposite of the last hole. This one's sub 500 feet, very short for a par 4, you might say, but very specific. You have to hit this tunnel to get all the way to that birdie landing zone. There's a safe forehand that can maybe get you there off here on the left side, but it requires quite the big skip. And the boss man, Terry, a man of my heart, told him I love clear discs. He gave me this mini out of his collection. Let's show you guys how it flies. Should be perfect for that flat shot down the right side. It's gonna be my first throw with the disc, so some of the other ones I've maybe thrown once or twice, but I'm gonna need a little space from this camera person. Little Annie out of the hand, it held nicely, but it was fighting the whole time. I really like the stability of that mid-range right there. I already know the midi is gonna be a work horse. Tough word, tough word. All right, this midi fought its way down pretty hard. Have a nice window. Perfect for a skinny flex forehand with this horny toed new overstable approach from Lone Star Disc, and it's one I've really taken a liking to. Go, baby, go. All right, time to make a putt. We can't go 6 holes birdieless. Mark my words. You know what, we're going blue for birdies this time. The blue bonnet. Got some headwind, I think. Ooh, another right side putt. Similar feeling to the last one, but that one caught. We got a birdie. First birdie of Vlogmas. Honestly, didn't think it would take this long, even though I'm learning these discs, but maybe that's just too much confidence. No, no such thing. Hole 7 is only 225 feet, but it sharply dog legs to the left, and there's rocky terrain throughout, so the skips can be a little bit inconsistent here. There used to be another oak tree here, called them the Twin Towers, and I once upon a time shattered a disc into a million pieces on that right tree, but legend says the force of that throw killed the tree a couple years later, and there it lies. So used to go justice here. Now I'm gonna take my Chupacabra and try to ace this, because I've never aced this hole, and I've played Circle C probably 500 times now. Fan grip Chupacabra. That might do it, come on. You know, it had that adrenaline going. That's what we're here for. We're here for the excitement. We're here for the moments. I have 6,000 milligrams of caffeine right now. Maybe that's why it took me 6 holes to get a birdie. I'm overloaded. If you're like me, then anytime you throw this hole and you like it out of your hand and it skips, you think it's going in the basket, even when it's usually not really that close. So here we are, another birdie look. There we go. Back to backs, back to under par. That's what we're talking about. Time to chip away. Under par is where we're trying to be. You know, I don't care what's going on. As long as I'm under par, I can at least rest at night. Hole 8 is going to be the second of this stretch of 4 in a row par 3s here in the middle of the Circle C course that you're really going to want to try to give yourself a lot of birdie looks on. It's 290 feet, plays slightly down the hill. Basket's tucked along this left side tree line, just out of sight. You really just have to test yourself on that pale tree trunk out there in the open. And as long as you fade in front of it, you should be good. I'm gonna go horny toed, hit it flat, power grip. This one's the Alpha plastic, the stiffest of the plastic variants, and really liking the feel of this disc. Just try to hit it flat and firm. Let the disc do the late fading for me. Wow. Made me look like a sissy, but you know what? It's all right. It's good to see. I gotta really hit on that disc a lot harder if I want it to fly straight. Let's try another. This time with the Delta 2 stiff baseline. I'm gonna try to correct off that one, hit it a little more firm. Wow. I mean, if that's not a consistent flight, I don't know what is. And consistent release, but just the wrong angle. It's all right. Got the Gnome here, Aroma Plastic. Shout out to Nico Castro. Gotta smell that sage before you throw it. Did I ring it? Come on, drop. I skipped down the cliff, to be determined. The Horny Toad, if you're not familiar with it, just came out recently. Very akin to a zone type of disc. Fantastic for forehand and backhands. And as you saw there, it has a lot of stability. I'm really gonna have to rip it full speed flat on a hole like this even to get it there. And that's something that I like to see out of what this disc is. It's supposed to be an overstable, trusty approach disc, so I don't want it to be too straight necessarily. I always want that dependable finish, and I'm glad that it just showed me how much it can handle right there. Take our flip. Add that tailwind again. Make sure to get it high on the chains. That's as high as you can get in the chains, right, y'all? That is a good par save, though. All of a sudden, I switched to the blue putter, and now I'm making putts, so tell me the colors don't matter. Sometimes. We're here at the turn of the course, hole 9. Final hole of the front 9. This one has a very dichotomous look with the next hole. This one plays up, next one plays down. 240 feet here. Got some tiering of the cedar ties there to kind of block your disc if you don't hit the height right. Forehand, backhand, this one's really pick your poison. I've gone back and forth on this hole probably more than any other hole on the course in terms of forehand, backhand choice. I'm thinking like straight penny or go forehand, baby flex with the Horny Toad. I'm gonna try the penny first. We'll go penny and then we'll try the forehand just for experimental purposes. Pop up. Ooh. Caught that last cedar tie there and got denied, but pretty happy with the throw there. Nice and straight. Now let's go Horny Toad. A little bit of turn out of the hand. In the basket? Oh, thought I was gonna fight a little sooner, but I mean, that's a easy birdie right there at the forehand, so there you go, forehand wins this time. Not if we make the putt though. Ooh, left side, got it to drop. That Victor plastic grips the chains really nice, not gonna lie. A couple of those outside putts, I feel like I'm usually worried about what's gonna happen, but they've just been catching the chains and dropping. And here's where that forehand ended up. Very good disc for this type of shot, or really any approach duties inside of 280, 300. Last time I played hole 10 was with my signature Faith and I aced it. Called the shot for you guys. This time with the penny putter, can we double it up? 280 feet, dead straight. Low ceiling created by this beautiful hanging oak tree. Basket just waiting to accept Mr. Abe Lincoln. so money straight. I really like that disc. Got a birdie, look. If y'all remember in Vlogmas past, my mom put $100 on the line, 2 chances to ace, and I hit this thing. So I've had a history with getting some pretty cool aces on this hole. I got it with a Nova one time years ago. So I've got it a few times, maybe I think 3 on the first try. And yeah, it's always such a true shot, such a straight, beautiful backhand. I love this one. Man, I feel like this plastic almost can't even cut through the chains. I have yet to see it get past the initial line. It just gripping everything, but still has that stiffness in the hand to where it's not caving in. And even if you grip it nice and firm, it's not giving in the hand. Money. Once you pop out to hole 11 here at Circle C, I like to call it the meadows portion of the course. The first 11 or 10 holes are kind of your woodsy, up and down terrain, a lot of rocks, and then we open up more grassy fairways, some more open spaces to really let the disc fly. This one though is pretty specific off the tee. You have to fade it pretty hard to the left and get some skip, try to stay on the fairway. I'm gonna take this beautiful Alpha Seguin, trust it on some hyzer, nice and firm. That disc is so good, come on. Ooh, caught edge, whacked that rock and skipped, but you know what? This plastic is so firm, I don't have to worry about it breaking in on one throw like some other plastic, and I'm pretty excited for that. Awkward footing here, probably in the 350 range or so. I'm gonna take my midi on a little bit of turn at that cedar tree that frames the left side of the green. Just try to have it drift the whole way. I mean, just like that. That disc, I hope I never lose it because I already love it. It's my favorite. Thanks, Terry. I'm just glad that there is an intact basket on hole 11 right now, because if you've played Circle C over the last few years, I mean, there's a different chain assembly here with a different cage. This one's seeing the ringer. At times it's just been cage on the ground, honestly. So I'll take this setup. I think it got hit by the mowers a couple years ago or something, and ever since they just kept trying to weld it back on, and really it just needed a whole new basket. Still kind of leaning, honestly. But a leaning basket is better than nothing. For the ease of filming here on hole 12, we're just gonna stay down on the short tee. The long tee's up on the hillside. It's a little bit harder to film, and discs get a little crazy, especially in the high wind. So 450 feet here, big oak tree. You gotta pick a side off the tee. Really anything just in front of that will give you an approach, but you know we're going for the eagle here. And starships are made to fly, hands up. What are the lyrics? I don't know. This is gonna be the first time I've thrown this Starship, so I haven't thrown the mold at all. I heard it's a bomber. Let's find out. Strong tailwind right now. A little bit off the left shoulder. Ooh, definitely held the turn throughout the flight. I'm gonna try one more with the Warbird, just to see if it'll fight a little better. There's a free disc over there somewhere. All right, the Starship held the turn, but I definitely put a little too much angle on it. I like what I saw out of it though. Definitely gonna be a big distance threat. Try to go for the slide up here. Oh my gosh. That would have been quite the highlight. The ramp shot off the cedar tie. Go get you a penny putter right now, LoneStarDiscs.com. Don't forget the S. All right, tap in birdie, but you know, it was from the short tee, so you can give me an asterisk if you want. One of my earliest memories as a kid is being here when it was full of water. And it used to be a little more open without these trees down. I didn't even know that there was disc golf going on a mere couple meters from me. And I'm skipping rocks. Just beating the whole fam, you know, counting them skips, 17, 18, 20, 23. Little did I know, I'd be here years later, skipping other things. Hole 13 out of the par threes has to be one of my top favorites out here. 300 feet, dead straight. A little bit of a ceiling restriction with this first crossbar, and you got some trunks kind of framing up that straight shot throughout the flight. Whether you want to jam hard on a stable, maybe putter if you got a big arm, bump to the mid-range, go fairway driver, a lot of options here. I'm thinking the midi is going to be a good option for me. Just to be able to jam it flat, especially since we have some wind kind of coming at our face off the left. Should be a perfect wind fighter here. This was the site of my 10th ever ace actually, and I got it on my birthday, which was 10-10. It was a pretty cool occurrence, and actually the time before I had played this hole, I hit the cage. So I felt like I was due for something, and then the disc golf gods just blessed me. Going with that midi. Gonna come out, touch a hyzer, nice and low. Beat the tree trunk. Kinda. Long look. I like the flight there. It definitely held that straight line. Pretty flat out of the hand, and in the wind, it was barely getting pushed over to the right, but never really flipped off, you know? All right, medium C2 look here. Got it? Oh, off the top. Got home from Lone Star HQ kind of this afternoon, so typical Vlogmas fashion, we're already racing the sun, but that daylight savings issues, all disc golfers know it. Sad times, but you gotta make it happen. Hole 14 is a par 4, kind of plays like a snake hole. First you gotta play it straight, and then it jogs off to the right, and then curls back left at the end. Straight mid-range, fairway, or even a forehand off the tee can put you in position to come into the green with that right-hand backhand hyzer. I'm gonna go midi, put it on some turn, try to just get out there nice and straight. Y'all cool if I swing it? All right, midi, a little bit of headwind here. See how it holds up. Oh. Got worked right a little bit, turned it out of the hand. Should have trusted it flat. We're still learning though. Lucky the Irish, got the kick out. I'm gonna take my Brazos here. Haven't thrown it yet this round. It was pretty beefy the one time I tried it, so I'm gonna try to hit it flat. Let it do the rest of the work here. Oh yeah. Flat into the heady. I'll have to go hyzer next time. Now to be fair, I'd only thrown the Brazos once and it was in like a right to left cross. I released it flat, it faded the lift. Should have came out a little bit of hyzer there. Horny toad. Gotta look. Pretty hairy putt back here, but I did juice the upshot, so. No problemo for the blue bonnet. Finds the basket. That's what they do. Hole 15 is another one of those classic forehand holes that Circle C kind of forces you into here and there. There is enough height to get the backhand turnover to work, but if you have the flat forehand or a little bit of hyzer out of the hand on an overstable disc, like the Walker, very overstable mid-range, should do the trick. Just gonna hit it on some hyzer, hit it firm. Big skip. Yeah. Well, bullseye tap in here on 15. If I can pick my disc up. That's what you're looking for on this hole. It feels like probably the easiest hole on the course, to be real. And that low basket, you know, about knee height. You gotta dive it in there. Walker, Delta 2, stiff, grippy. Everything you can want in an overstable approach disc. You will never question the Walker. Not once. Circle C is not a course where, at least for me, I get to pull out my distance drivers too often. A lot of good long fairway placement shots on the par 4s and 5s. But hole 16 here is one of the few opportunities, I feel like in my mind, to touch on that distance driver, even if you have elite distance. And the Warbird is gonna be my go-to distance driver this season for distance and consistency. This one's beautiful, look at that thing. 609 feet, you got a bunker of trees in the middle, you got a jockey left or right of. From this tee, I think left is kind of always the spot unless you're a left-handed player. And even then, that left side is just, it's real tasty. I'm gonna hit this thing flat, see how it flies. Bombs away. Fade fast. Right now, yeah. Wow, I hit that thing flat. There's some wind out here. And as you saw, it dependably faded at the end. Didn't really show turn without me putting it on the angle. Watch out for the trees. Tall guy problems. All right, we got a dead straight shot right in that mid 200s range. I'm gonna go penny putter. A little bit of face wind, so touch a hyzer out of the hand should do the trick. Or just miss your line by a mile, but choose the right disc and slide up for circle one look. Pro tip. All right, I got just enough space off this tree line to stick with my traditional stance. Don't have to go to the straddle. Wind off the left shoulder. Make sure to give it the oomph. Ooh, yeah. Those blue bonnets like to really dump off at the end very consistently, which is gonna be something I think I can use to my advantage. Just gonna have to figure out how much pop I really gotta give it over time. But I'm liking that. I like when my close range putter has a solid, dependable finish, especially in all the high winds that we play in on the tour. The less guesswork you have, the better. If you've ever played hole 17 at Circle C when the sun is setting, especially certain times of the year, it's gonna be blinding you off this tee shot. Luckily, we're kind of guarded below the tree line at this point in the day. 307 feet, there is a steep drop off to the left of the basket and beyond. And there's also kind of a low crossbar from there, so you really wanna try to put it just on the high right side. I'm gonna go back to that horny toad, try to correct off a hole 8's tee shot, make sure I give it the spin here, because at a low rate of spin and hyzer release, this disc is extremely overstable. So I'm gonna try to hit it flat, hit it firm, let it fade late. Oh my God, it's so good. Go in. Yeah, I mean, it'd be a miracle. You almost need like a Mario Kart ramp to skip up in there, but either way, that should be parked for the deuce. That horny toad is really gonna be a staple in, I think, any player's bag, whether you're a beginner or a high level pro. It's just like, you're gonna find a use for the disc. It's gonna fade for you. It can handle max power. It can handle low power and be consistent for you. Comfortable in the forehand, comfortable in the backhand. It just doesn't get much better than the horny toad. Tap in, watch your head, you guys. I can't tell you how many times I've made a good putt, been excited, run and grab my disc, and oh, yeah, don't do it. Just like that, we're already here at the finale of Circle C, hole 18, one of the most revered holes on the course and one of the most challenging. 788 feet, plays like a true horseshoe, basket somewhere around there, but you gotta play it out this way. Straight shot around the 330 range will put you to the landing zone. And then from there, you pitch it to another kind of tunnel leading to the basket, going across the creek. Just an incredible hole. I really have always enjoyed playing this one, and I think it's gonna be a perfect shot to show off the Texas Ranger to you guys. Gonna try to put it on just a touch of hyzer out of the hand. It should stand up to flat. A little bit of wind, so maybe more than a touch of hyzer. Push it. Wow. What did I tell you guys? A little bit of hyzer, stood up to straight and just fought the whole way, just eking right. Got to the landing zone. Let's go. Placement hyzer shot's gonna put us in that tunnel to approach. I used to just play this hole out to the field and bomb a hyzer over the top of the trees, because that is definitely one of the easier ways to play it. But recently I've been trying to get into the tunnel, force myself to play it by design, just to challenge the skills a little bit. horny toed hyzer, nice and firm. Love it, I think. We'll find out. Could be slightly left, but that'll leave us with the flex forehand. So we'll have options. That was a good shot. One of the issues with pushing it directly to the mouth is sometimes you have awkward footing on these rocks. But fortunately for me, I found myself on a nice flat one, almost like a little mini tee pad. We have a straight shot here, not very long. I'm thinking either the gnome or the penny. Honestly, no. It's either the gnome or this V1 blue bonnet. The blue bonnet or the gnome. We're going bluebie, big blue bonnet guy. Victor 1 plastic. A little more give in the hand, but I've noticed, at least out of the few I've thrown, more overstable flight. Try to hit it flat at that tree on the right side of the frame of the gap there. Let it fade. Stay up. Get up. Oh, that line was perfect, but I got rejected. And we're gonna throw the gnome just for testing. Still learning the plastic. Try to give it a little more height. Maybe try to dunk this one for you guys. And goes in the basket. No. All right, we hit up top. That last erosion control tie on the stairs forced us down. One last opportunity to show off the blue bonnets. Gonna go to the jumper here. Maybe a little step through. What do you think? A little step through. We like that one. Especially with slightly sketchy footing. Don't need to fully commit to getting airborne. Just give it the oomph. Cash game. No! Well, I need to beat one of these things in slightly, and then I think I'm really gonna be enjoying it. So I'm stoked to figure out how these things fly as they're slightly seasoned in. And if you're looking to season your discs, and come to Circle C, it'll do it quick. Here's where that gnome ended up, kind of flashed the chains. Very good approach disc, a little bit deeper than the horny toad, a little bit straighter, but I think they can complement each other instead of compete with each other. And that's all she wrote for day one Vlogmas 2023 here at Circle C, where it all started. Representing the new sponsor, Lone Star Disc. I'm extremely happy with my new plastic, and honestly, while still learning it, I felt kind of dangerous on the course today, knowing that only a few throws in, I'm already able to trust some of these discs. A lot of really good overstable and understable options, everything in between. So don't forget to go to LoneStarDiscs.com and pick up your disc now. Maybe you need a gnome or a blue bonnet to help handle those close duties. Or maybe you need a Seguin for that beef in the Texas wind. You know it's gonna be whipping this winter. Special thanks to Lone Star Disc, OTB Discs, and Throwjos, and you guys for being here. Don't forget, day one means giveaway number 1. So look at the description below to see how to enter, and you guys are gonna be entered to win a sweet bag, a bunch of plastic. You don't wanna miss it on this first giveaway. It's gonna be massive. We're talking big, Texas sized. Adios.